Another from another perspective for BAT at Kukulu Gallery. Talking here with Orla Garrix.
Hello,
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, Orla, I'm just gonna ask you a few questions from a non-artist perspective, right? From a young woman that I've known on the scene for a while, who have helped organize shows and try to further the Toronto black art scene, right? Basically, what do you see? What kind of future do you see in the arts from being here now? What kind of future do you see for the Toronto artists, black Toronto artists?
Well, from seeing what I'm looking at today at Kukulu Gallery, I mean, when I first started the art scene, I thought there's a need for black artists, and I was surprised to find out the tremendous amount of talented black artists, African-Canadian black artists that were out. And I mean, here I am at Kukulu, and again, there's three that I haven't heard of.
Okay, yeah. So, you again, as far as being a non-artist, right? The whole scene is, to me, as being an artist, it's kind of slow. What kind of technique do you have in speeding it up?
Well, I've just entered the art scene, and as somebody had mentioned to me before, wherever there's a wall, wherever there's space, wherever there's lighting, there should be a show. For African Canadian artists, it's been long in the process, but the same in the music scene, the same across the board in all aspects of all different industries.
Sorry to cut you. As far as the music being very visible.
Now,
yeah,
but I mean, now it has, but
Yeah.
it took time, and it took putting it out there, and that's what we have to do. Wherever there is a
yeah,
venue or if there's a site, we have to get our work up
Yeah,
there.
there's the music, as I can see, they have a lot more support than the visual arts. This is probably basically the only black gallery that we know of, other than another gallery on St. Clair. So you can see, like, the art is back, it's behind times, you know, like, and that's something that we have to understand and realize that it's years behind all the different medias that black people are involved with. Okay, what kind of strategies do you have in order to make it more visible?
Well, there's organizations like Can Baya who support visual artists. They support artists of all disciplines and create venues for these artists to come out and present their work. I just feel that you really have to put your art forward. For the longest time, a Eurocentric attitude's been presented as far as visual arts, and if you're looking at that as the focal point, then you get intimidated as an artist, and you don't want to put your work out there because you don't feel it's accepted. So right now, we just gotta, wherever there's a wall, wherever there's a gallery, wherever there's space, is to put it out there and not to be intimidated by those things that are projected.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
This is a note. As far as like the glass ceiling is concerned, right? You can get there, you can knock on the door, but you can never get through, right? What particular strategies do you have in order to go that extra level?
I don't think you have to break through the extra level. There's other ways to go. You go sideways. If you look at the glass ceiling, you don't get anywhere. Is that okay?
It's gonna look good. It's gonna be like little clips, you know. So you're gonna see the
It's
whole
going to end
thing.
up wonderful.
Yeah.
It's going to end up wonderful.
Okay. You ready?
Me too.
Okay. As far as like the glass ceiling, right, is concerned, you can look see through, but you just can't get there. Do you have any particular? Do you think there's an attitude you gotta have in order to be taken serious as a black artist?
For one thing, I think you have to love what you're doing. Once you start looking at where you can get or trying to break through walls, you kind of lose something in your art. Once you work on that and develop yourself as an artist, you look for ways to promote yourself, and you get a lot further instead of getting caught up in the rhetoric and getting caught up in the who's who and what's what.
Okay, can you give me any particular like name things as far as strategies, as far as advertisement, like?
I don't know about advertisement, but I mean like linking up with other artists, getting involved in organizations that foster growth in artists, and not just if you're an African Canadian artist. I mean, you look towards galleries have memberships that you can go out there and get. Join a gallery. I mean, they will help build you. They will help give you that information,
Okay.
that need, and that
Okay.
accessibility that you're not
Okay.
there for. It's up
Okay.
to the artist to actually work at it
Okay.
or to join some place that will assist them in that.
Okay, suppose an artist don't really want to join any organizations, and just want to be more like independent. Is there like, what I'm coming from is, I'm coming from I'm asking you as a curator, handling artists, what advice would you tell them if they don't want to join a gallery? Like, what would you tell them, and they still want to like be known? Is there any kind of strategies?
Well, I mean, once you say be known, you have to put in the work. You have to really put in the groundwork and develop yourself. You can't just say, you know, I feel I'm an artist, therefore I am an artist,
Right.
and if they don't accept me, then you know, to hell with them. If you want to go through the process of growing, then you have to join things that will foster that growth.
True.
I do believe that an artist should practice their art, and that's why there's reps. That's to facilitate that empty space, to bridge between the artists working and getting their work out there. And I mean, that's another alternative, is to get involved with a rep or get involved with an organization that could lead you to that.
Don't start taping yet. I was gonna. Did I ask you I didn't ask you how you see the future. Like, what do you?
No, you didn't see
Okay,
the
that's what I'm gonna ask. Okay, that's what I'm gonna ask her. How does you see? Okay. Well, how do you see the how do you see, like 5 years from now, how do you see what's going to be happening? That's, you know, because you can see like the shows happening, there's a little bit of excitement happening in the art world. You know, there's Salafi coming up and whatnot. Like 5 years, what do you see happening?
I
Is
mean,
it positive or negative?
It's positive. I mean, there's galleries like this opening up. There's galleries, The Wedge is another African-Canadian studio that's opening up that allows artists to expose their work. I feel people are more ready to, especially with, and I have to link it to music, with the music developing so much, they're ready to actually see the art. And there's